Harper comes to and begins searching for her cellular device with her eyes half closed, trying to recall where she placed it last. After a moment of fumbling, she finds the device under her pillow. Squinting at the brightness, she realizes she's woken up 30 minutes ahead of her alarm.
The additional time allows for unsystematic thoughts to enter her mind. She'd much prefer lazying around in bed than getting up to face the day early. One could say that structure is not her strongest suit. Once she moves past the initial disappointment of her idleness, her thoughts begin to race. What will today bring? What will others think of her?
Whom will she disappoint? And who will disappoint her?
Will drama unfold, or will she sit, bored at her desk, waiting for something, anything, to happen? Regretful thoughts of the past begin to envelop her mind. She thinks of missed opportunities and lost relationships. Curiosity gets the better of her, and she wonders what people from her past are up to.
She isn't a criminal, of course, but she can't resist the urge and must stalk their social media profiles.
After what felt like just a few minutes of scrolling, she spots the time in the upper left corner of her device. Good Lord, she's lingered in bed 15 minutes longer than intended. A brief blackout kicks in. She begins to feel dizzy. This doesn't last long, folks, because her vision is back in no time. She makes her way to her bedside vanity, thinking, how else can she judge herself this fine morning? The once tight bun now sags toward her shoulder, barely holding on. Her breath, predictably, tastes and smells like the usual morning fare. One sock lies abandoned by the bedside, lost from the night before.
As if it had placed itself there just to taunt her further.
Her journey continues. Next stop, the shower. Her pajamas join the pile of garments already on the floor, presumably for the last 72 hours. She glances at it, entirely unfazed.
After all, there is no creature, human or otherwise, in a small apartment to be concerned with the mess.
Her bathroom, fairly sized for the small apartment that she inhabits, comes fully equipped with a toilet, a sink, a mirror, and a shower that takes roughly 2 minutes to heat up. She inadvertently occupies her time by staring in her reflection in the nearby mirror. She begins to scrutinize every detail. Her pores, the width of her chin, the size of her nose, the unevenness of her eyebrows, and the redness across her T-zone. The same thought creeps into her mind as it does most mornings, a thought she wishes she could banish. Why does everything appear slightly off? She steps into the shower, sticking to her usual routine. Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, razor, and a loofah. But today, it's just conditioner. She is determined to avoid dry hair. As warm water cascades, fragments of yesterday's songs play on a loop in her head, sung off-key in her own private concert. She dreams of what it would be like to take to the stage as a singer, an entertainer, a star.
We only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times.
She's never taken her fantasies seriously, but the curiosity of fame seeps into her thoughts every now and again. Anyways, back to reality. Her mind shifts to the day ahead, sorting through all the tasks she hopes to accomplish. She briefly recalls the advice from countless podcasts. Why hasn't she ever jotted down a proper list? Why don't I ever follow through on what I truly desire, she wonders. She heads to the bedroom, dropping the wet towels to the floor. The odds of them being picked up before day's end, you ask? Slim to none. She rummages through her clothes, settling on the underwear with the fewest holes. One of her 2 finest bras is picked next. The age and cleanliness of the bra is typically unknown. She looks deeply at her wardrobe, only ever feeling frustration toward it.
Why can't she find the perfect pieces for the perfect outfit? Why doesn't the perfect outfit ever appear? Even the new clothes begin to hold pressure. Pressure to be worn right. Pressure to be styled and matched correctly.
She grabs a comfy pair of leggings, the ones that always make her feel a little slimmer, a little more put together. She pairs them with a favorite tee, its color faded, but the pattern stubbornly holding its ground. She hopes that perhaps tomorrow will be the day the perfect outfit materializes. Her styling instincts will finally take over, and all those hours spent scrolling and saving inspiration will at last pay off. She returns to the mirror in her bedroom, a familiar dread settling in at the thought of a full face of makeup and perfectly styled hair.
After all, isn't that what's expected of a woman? To be admired by the world? But today simply isn't the day. The idea that tomorrow might hold the possibility offers a small but comforting reprieve.
She heads to the kitchen, wearing sunscreen, a touch of mascara, and her damp hair brushed back. As she opens the fridge, the shortcomings of her morning routine hit her. Eggs, bread, and fresh vegetables are rare guests in her kitchen, a quiet reminder of unfinished plans.
She pauses to consider her options. The elaborate omelet recipe she admired on Pinterest. Or perhaps nothing at all.
She'll most likely settle for her usual, a cup of instant coffee and the comforting notion that tomorrow might bring something better.
Another morning begins, with routines half finished and ambitions set aside. And that, it seems, is all for now.